guess what I think the last time we talked to you was about sort of this sort of thing, just some time off and having to recover. So what did you feel, I guess, back in Detroit, and what has this process been like to kind of come back again and be ready for playoff basketball?
I mean, just being patient. We're looking for the long haul, not for something temporary. So just making sure it's fully healed and get back to 100% and just try to take one day at a time.
Was not that any injury isn't frustrating, but considering when that happened, right before the start of the playoffs, and then kind of having to work through it, did you have to kind of fight through some stuff mentally there to try to not think, I just got off the back or the neck, and now this just happened right before the playoffs?
For sure. Just a freak of accident, but you get frustrated because you want to be there for your team, and this is the most important part of the season's playoffs, so that's what you work hard for all year, to be ready for these moments, and to not be there, round one with those guys and a couple games in round two. But thank God I'm, healthy enough to get back out there with these guys and try to do a good job in the series.
Was it a specific play that, like, the abdominal strain happened, or because I know that night it was like abdominal strain, maybe back strain, like tightness, like there was just like a bunch of stuff. Like
it was just kind of like a play that happened, and kind of strained, ripped a little muscle in my oblique area that connects to the back also. So that's why it was pain in the front, but it was giving some back spasms because they're all connected. But it's fine.
Was there ever a concern that it might be a longer-term thing, that you might not be able to come back for the postseason, or were you always pretty confident you'd be back?
Confident I'll come back. I always have like little small things here and there, but nothing so far that's kept me out for long periods of time. So it's probably one time in my career, but that's how I've been my whole life, and happy to recover and get back out there with you guys.
If I remember yesterday correctly, I think your first possession, you get Tatum. So just for you, kind of what is it like for Bud to have that trust? You haven't played in a while, but all right, first defensive possession, here's their best scorer.
I'm fine. Bud knows I've been a defender my whole life. I tip my head on trying to be a good defender. So no matter what it is if I'm out there, like I tell him, I'm out there to give it all I got, and if that's guarding one of the best players in the league, that's so be it. It's a team game, and I know that I got good help on the backside.
What do you feel like you guys did well against Tatum to hold him to 419?
I don't know. I think, we just made him take tough shots. It's hard to slow a guy like that down, but anytime you can limit possessions and just make it tough for him on certain catches, getting him off his rhythm and things like that, gives yourself a chance.
What do you see Giannis figure out after he struggled in those first two games to score himself and find his footing yesterday?
I think, in game 3, he let the game come to him. There were sparks where he knew he can get downhill and make plays for himself, but I think a lot of the time he was letting other guys make plays for him and playing off other guys in the DHO and things like that. But we're going to continue to make him be who he is, and other guys like ourselves just have to be ready to make plays when we can.
Your first 2 plays, you take a charge, and then the second play, you set the screen, Giannis get to the basket. I just wonder, does having institutional memory, not just of playing, but of playoff games, allow you to just kind of come in and I'll figure out what I can do to be a contributor right away?
I mean, I'm going to be me throughout my whole career. That's who I've been. Try to perform well in the playoffs and be there and be a guy that the team can rely on. So I'm always a team first guy. That's me to take a charge, me to go set a screen. I'm going to do the best I can to get those guys open. But no, it's just, making a basketball play. And like you said, if it's my job to screen, try to be the best screener I can possibly be.
Speaking of screening, what's going to be your goal when you're setting one, to be honest? I know there's a couple times where you went to set one and you didn't get a chance to hit somebody, but it's still maybe moved Al Horford a different way or triggered a switch or whatever it might be. What's kind of your goal when you're setting a screen?
Well, first your goal is to crack the guy, set a good screen. Secondly, is just make him, take a different path to get connected back to Giannis' body. So if I can make him go under me or over me, I feel like we won that possession.
Ime Udoka talked about the third quarter approach defensively from Milwaukee, from you guys. What can you guys do, or what did you do differently that led to that huge third quarter for you guys, and how can you carry that over into game 4?
I don't know. Third quarter's kind of been our Achilles all year. So thank God, this game it worked in our favor. But it's a mindset thing. I feel like we can't go out there quarter focusing on the offensive end. Like I told the guys in the locker room, our best offense is our defense. When we're locked in defensively and guys are playing together and flying around helping each other, we're all on the same page. Offense, orchestrates a lot easier for us.
In that third quarter, I feel like Bobby made, I don't know, 4 or 5 just incredible effort plays where it's end to end kind of. What have you seen from him that allows him to be able to do that?
Just Bobby being Bobby. He's our spark. That's why this city loves him. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He leaves it all on the floor night in and out, no matter if he's scoring or trying to play defense. You know what you're going to get out of him. So he's been our spark all year long, and he's been our spark like last year, and we count him for that.
Thanks, George.
Thank you, George.